Star Wars fans. Hey, there's just 241 days until Christmas 2022. Oh my goodness. I have new equipment today. So you guys let me know if the volume is wonky, if the sound is wonky. I'll listen to it after the fact and see if there's some settings I can change. But I just added a Go XLR Mini soundboard to my system here so that I can control the volume of things a little bit better, and hopefully that keeps us from some of the spikes and things we were getting earlier in the week. So thank you all for being here. Please, as Dale says, deploy the likes, tickle the bell, join the channel if you could. That would be a great way to support us. And we have a Patreon. The Patreon is the absolute best way to support this channel. Patreon doesn't take as much off the top as YouTube does, but I understand whatever method you prefer is the best way for you. So that'd be great. Please do that. Meg is in the chat. We've got my friend Imagic Maker with me, and so we'll put him there and unmute him. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. Don't tickle Santa's bells.
Oh my goodness. Hey, we're again using Skype. I think it worked really well last week. Hopefully you guys can hear well with Skype, and having this Go XLR, I should be able to control the volume more, be able to boost it a bit more if I need to, and all of that. So we've got a fan film this week that I think is very pertinent, and thank you for the recommendation. We've next week is May the 4th. We would get the unofficial Star Wars Day.
People can't hear me.
They can't hear Imagic Maker. Hold on. Let me turn this up. Let me turn this down. How about now?
Y'all hear me now? How about now?
Okay.
How about now? I can hear myself.
Yeah, I've got you turned all the way up now. Let's see.
Say I'm quiet now.
Okay, it should be better now. I turned
Very quiet.
I peaked it up. That's the way it was. Yeah. Right.
How about now? Y'all hear me now?
It should. I see the volume peaking when you talk. So.
Okay. How's it coming out? Okay, sounds good. Okay, good.
Yeah. Should be much better. Should be much.
But
better.
they missed my joke.
Oh, go ahead.
I told them not to tickle Santa's bells, but to smash them.
Smash them. Oh.
He's got to take it for the elves.
Yeah, well, we do have we have other changes in effect here at the North Pole that I've shared. So I understand that the music is a little louder than usual. I can change that as well. I think I got the music turned like all the way down. I don't know that it's. Here, wait. I can turn it down even more. There we go.
There's a reason why nutcrackers are so popular at Christmas time.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness. So I was just saying the fan film this week is we've got May the 4th coming up next week, right? May the 4th be with you. And of course, then I like to go with Cinco de Mayo and then Revenge of the 6th. That makes a 3-day.
That's my personal favorite too.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get 3 days out of it instead of just 2, right? So, but we've got May the 4th coming. Hopefully, we get some good information. There are rumors of new content coming out as far as like footage from Kenobi or footage from Andor or footage from any number of things being released, maybe some press announcements. But what we've learned in the past is that all that means nothing to Lucasfilm. It means
yes, that's very true.
It means
I don't
nothing.
know why. It's the perfect time to really push your stuff.
It absolutely
People are
is.
excited.
Exactly. It is a marketing fail, in my opinion.
Yes.
And as much as I get called a Disney shill and how much I work to earn that title, I have been critical of
You're not the worst, I know.
Lucasfilm's marketing baffles me. I just can't understand it. If somebody could come and just tell me, here's what we're doing and it's working great, I'd be like, oh, okay. I disagree, but anyway, I know that you're doing something, right? At this point,
those damn millennials.
that's right. It's crazy.
I'm waiting for an okay boomer.
Well, part of me wants to think that they like the wild speculation and rumors and gossiping, that's their strategy, is just let people make stuff up, and that keeps us current. And I don't know. That's just.
I think people got to come up with content. Why not just use the free marketing that people making up stuff creates? Because then you get to only come out once a month, every 3 months, and refute it and go, all these things were not right. They're not telling you the truth is, though.
Right. Exactly. We're just not going to tell you what the truth is. We're going to talk a little bit about celebration here in a minute, but as I said, we want to kind of start off with the fan film. And as I alluded to, and as you all have seen in the title and in the subject here in the description, I've put the link to this video. As we always do with these fan films, we encourage you all, please take the link out to the fan film site, hit play. You can put it on mute in the background if you want, but at least give them a view. We want to support fan fiction. We want to support fan films. That's the purpose for this topic of that we are now doing on a weekly basis. We really want to encourage folks to support that, and we're going to talk about this Kenobi fan film today. I think
yes,
it's a new one. It just came out April 23rd, so it's only been out for 5 days. It's doing quite well. It's already got 2,000 likes on it, 51,000 views. It's doing really, really well.
No, it's doing good. This has gotten out there. It's right. They're catching it right at the right time. I mean, everybody's like, "What's going on? Oh, Kenobi!"
Exactly. The timing is perfect, and I think I'm going to go ahead and hit play. I've got it muted. I want to play with it. I want to see something here. I think that if I leave it playing, that the volume will go through. I think I can control that with my Go XLR now. And I think you guys can.
Oh, it's loud.
Yeah. Right. I can really spike it up. So anyhow, I'm gonna turn the volume down on that again. But this here, I thought that they did a really good job of. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on 2x speed as well. So it kind of goes through there a little quicker. They did a good job of picking up some of the concept art and some of the trailer footage and leaked photos and things, and putting it into their end product. It's really good.
Yes. No, they did a good job. I thought the voice of the actor was perfect.
I thought he did a good job. Certainly. Here's what I was talking about. This cave scene looks like it's taken straight out of the trailer, right? Things that we've already seen. It's like perfect.
No, they did good.
It's really perfect that they found a setting for that. And that's the other thing. We share a lot of things that are done in Unreal Engine 5, especially lately. This appears to be all on set. This is all.
I think it's all live. Now they may have touched it up, green screen inside it, and then use that as their means to do stuff. But it's definitely all on set and live action people.
Yeah, definitely all live action people. They did add some effects. We'll see the effects here in a moment. So that's for sure. They did a nice job of those as well. But I think all of this was done on location somewhere. As you say, they may have had some green screen inside that they were using to help, push it through. But it's done so well. Again, I mentioned this to you right before we came on stream. Of all of the fan films that we've watched to this part, this is probably my least favorite of all the ones that we reviewed.
Oh, yeah, you did mention that. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, is it just the story? We didn't talk about why.
Yeah, it is the story, but I want to kind of highlight that because I think that with fan film, not all of it's made for everybody, right? Like there's certain topics, certain storylines that people prefer over other topics and storylines. And it's only natural to say that, well, I don't care for that kind of story, or I don't care for that storyline, or they did things in there that annoy me. Whatever the case has. Meg original has 7 million views, was released in 2019. Well, I think what you mean, Meg, is that the real one comes out in less than a month, and this is early leaked footage. They did such a good job. Now, I think they really did a good job. And what I would say is that some of the things they did in here, to me, caused problems with the overall story. Like Obi-Wan being seen using his lightsaber on Tatooine. You guys are going to see here in a minute, they bring in a young Luke, and Luke seeing Obi-Wan using a lightsaber.
I mean, I get the complaint about that, but my thing in that is that he's so young. He's like 2 years old at this point.
Yeah,
it looks like.
Let me open this in a new window and just see what Meg's talking about over here. Okay, I'll pause this, but there's
I guess I could see the complaint because you have Owen looking older, Obi-Wan looking older, but yeah, we have like you said, I mean, we have a young Luke who's like a 2 or 3 year old.
There he is,
and so
So, and Meg's saying this is a re-upload.
I missed that then. I must have missed the other one.
I missed it too. Let me catch. Oh yeah, it's absolutely the same. It's absolutely the same. Well, thank you for that, Meg.
Okay. Well, awesome.
Yeah. Let me drag it in here, and I'll replace it on the screen so you else can see. Yeah, this is what Meg's talking about. This was originally released in 2019. It's this one's remastered in 4K. But
I got you.
This is 2019. It's the exact same footage, like you can see in the story. They just remastered it. Let's see. I saw the same kid in here, which is even more impressive then, because you look at the set photos and stuff for this. So anyway, this has 7 million views. It's got 242,000 likes. Where the re-released one here has 51,000 views and just 2,000 likes.
Right.
So yeah, they've updated it here. But as I was mentioning, that cave scene looks exactly like the cave scene we see in the trailer.
Yeah. They did a good job. So Lucasfilm stole from them.
Right. Exactly. No. Yeah, I just thought there's some problems here with him using the lightsaber the way he does, and Luke witnessing all of it creates some big story problems for the film. But in whatever,
Yeah, I mean, I guess my main issue is that I see moments where they're like, oh, he's got plenty of strength, and then some terms where he's like, oh, he's like not aware, and I'm like, that kind of bothers me with some things. But overall, I liked it. I thought it was well done. The cinematography was good. Do I think it's perfect? No, but that said, I think it's a really good fan film and done very well.
Exactly. And Meg, you're 100% right here, right? It's fan films like this that shows how much talent many of these folks have, and the passion that people have for these stories. This wasn't a small amount of work.
No, this was a lot of work. It's a big crew, and to pull this off was pretty amazing, in my opinion. And, 2019, obviously. Pretty darn darn amazing. And so from my perspective on this whole thing is that, like I've told you, is I think eventually what you're going to see is fan films will begin producing their own little alternate universes over time. And I think that's where we're heading, and people will find themselves following fan films more than they will be Lucasfilm itself.
I don't know about more, but I do believe that the fan film space will continue to grow and will continue to improve in quality. Like we've already seen with Unreal Engine 5, the leaps forward that they've had in quality in like CG that you or I could do. In a lot of these folks, they spend a lot of time mastering it and perfecting it, and it looks
absolutely
amazing.
And all I'm saying is that that's going to get easier and easier and easier with every passing year.
Yeah,
and that's going to mean you're going to get more and more fan films and people making their own alternate universes. You'll have 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 people making their own alternate universes. So if you want a new prequel, you'll be able to make a new prequel. And if you want new sequels, you'll be able to make a new sequel.
Well, as you
they'll
mentioned,
make it. And so over time, people will choose their own alternate universe and people they want to follow.
Exactly. We've highlighted some of these fan films that are based off of some of the EU novels. And as you mentioned right before we came on stream, there's been a series on Heir to the Empire where they've been creating it as fan film and releasing it on YouTube that are really, really done well. That's one flavor of fan films where you take an EU novel or story or whatever and you put it into either animation or live action, whatever, with the CG. And what I think then is that you provide that content to a whole new audience. There are people who aren't going to go out and read the books, especially books that are over 20 years old, right? They're just not going to, especially at the rate Lucasfilm's putting out new books and content, right? It's really tough to go back and catch all the EU stuff and keep up with the modern stuff. But by putting it out in video form, more people will be exposed to it, and at the quality they're doing it, it's really good. So that's one flavor. The other flavors are all new originals, and we've been sharing a few of those as well. There's the one series that we're following where it's a very comedic, right? You got the two guys and they banter back and forth, and it's hilarious. It's really well written, really well done, and so you'll get
even people making fan films of the fan film.
right. That's how you know you really made it. I think that's great. And then others are making up stories, actual, really good content with all new characters, all new storyline that that are wonderful. They truly are. And I think that you're right in saying that as these get better and better with each generation, and with like Unreal Engine, once you create an asset, you can continue to refine it and reuse it in the refinement, right? So it will just get better and better and better. Stormtroopers are getting better and better and better, especially the CG ones, competing, I would say, with back to the prequel era, the clone troopers. And you look at the CG of the clone troopers in the prequels, and look at some of this Unreal Engine 5 stormtroopers.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're better. We were watching that as a movie then. I mean, so these are people putting out their own stuff, and they're so much better than the CGI was 20 years ago. And so, and the thing is, it's getting easier. Like, I mean, I've played around with it. I'm not saying I'm perfected the all the stuff, but just manipulating, stuff from the background.
Sure.
Animating it a little bit is not that difficult. So much so that, me, who spends a couple of hours trying to learn it has already gotten to where you can do it.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
And so. And
also,
my daughter, who's starting to play around with it's going to be even better a year from now than I can imagine being.
100%. Yeah.
And so the point of what I'm getting to is that as this gets easier, and the next generation, when Unreal Engine 6 comes out, it's going to be even more capable, even more intuitive, and people are, and they'll be doing it on their phones or whatever.
Well,
it's made into the next, Android app or
right.
iPhone.
Well, the
And
CPU.
the thing is, they'll be doing it right there, and it's just going to get easier and easier and easier to the point that people are going to write their own screenplays. You'll have a group of 5 friends act all the stuff out, and they'll create something that looks as good as what people were putting out in 2005, and it'll capture their attention.
Oh yeah,
they'll watch it, and then they'll create their own universes, and then you're going to see market share. These people going, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah. Well, the CPU load is getting lower and lower, so you don't have to have as high end graphics cards and things like that to process it. The other thing about Unreal Engine is a lot of it is available at no cost. So the barrier,
it's free.
The barrier to entry is exceedingly low, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not millions of dollars. You don't have to have licenses to high-end software to be able to create the CG effects, and you don't have to have a multi-million-dollar studio to create the animation. It can be done by someone fairly new to it with entry-level equipment. And of course, you can keep upgrading your equipment to improve. But the point is, the barrier to entry is low, and the technology is getting so much better that people who are creative, who can write really good stories, will be able to create fantastic fan films in the Star Wars space that I think is good for the fandom as a whole. And you'll have, as you mentioned, I think you'll end up with official canon content. You're going to have EU kind of content, and you're going to have fan film content that competes at a quality level every bit as much as anything Lucasfilm would put out. I don't know if it'll get the same amount of eyeballs, but it will be something that is explored more and more. I think it's great.
Yeah, I don't think one individual, movie or thing will have as much as, say, Lucasfilm will get collectively. But I think that what you'll see is it's siphoned off enough that Lucasfilm will probably be like, we need to start pulling in the elements that are so popular out there into our own stories. We need to figure out what they're doing, hire those writers, hire those guys.
Yeah.
I think that's what you'll see.
Well, we've already seen a couple of CG people get hired by Lucasfilm, right? So, yeah, I think you're right. That they'll effectively be a portfolio of creators that can present and say, "Here's my work," and they'll say, "Oh yeah, that's good stuff."
I don't even know if they'll be presenting it. I mean, like, they'll literally produce stuff on YouTube or whatever the next iteration is 10 years from now.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Yeah, we're coming to you. We would love it if you work for us." And they'll be able to say, "Okay, I will."
Right.
But this is what you're paying me.
Well, that's still a portfolio, right? It's still a portfolio.
I'm just saying they won't be going to Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm will be going.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that'll be the.
Yeah.
And you're going to see that.
Both, absolutely. MakingStarWars.net. Jason Ward, he is doing a special Making Star Wars celebration event on May the 4th. So he has some exclusive leaks that he's writing stories for. He's creating some content he'll be releasing, and I thank you so much for the invite, Jason. Hopefully, I will be able to attend. There are some things happening at work. Things are moving forward, and so as the best that I can, I hope to be there. And you guys, please check out MakingStarWars.net. We'll talk more about him in just a moment. I did see some comments here. Star Wars MCU. Hello, my friend. He says, hopefully better May 4th than last year. Honestly, it doesn't take much. Well, I agree. I agree. RF Gaming. One of Epic Games' goals with Unreal Engine is eventually unite gaming across a single metaverse, simplifying digital economy. I've heard people talk, and let me just put a pin in that for a second. RF Gaming. Hello, David Gorlick. Good to see you, Salty Texas Ranger. Definitely more passion for Star Wars than the fan films. I don't know that I agree with you than what Disney Lucasfilm does. There are people at Lucasfilm who have a deep passion for Star Wars. I would say that the bulk of people who work for Lucasfilm are deep Star Wars fans. But could you find some that are there for a job and they really don't care? Sure. But I think you're going to find plenty who are really invested and very passionate. But
I think you'll find very few fan filmmakers that aren't passionate.
Right. Exactly.
I think, so I think the percentage of passionate people making fan films is going to be much higher than what you'd actually find in corporate Lucasfilm.
I agree.
So to some degree, is he right? Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
There's that everybody at Lucasfilm is not passionate. That would be incorrect.
Right. Alan Copeland, hello. Yeah, quit your job. I wish I could, Jason, but I did not purchase a Powerball ticket for yesterday, and I certainly did not win. I've been trying. That would change things. The only way I'm going to win is if one happens to blow in my front door when I let the dogs go out. Right? I'm not out there. I don't buy the tickets, so it's kind of. You don't spend like $1,000 every month hoping you'll win. Right? Yeah. Somebody in Gilbert, Arizona won, and Gilbert, Arizona was a place my wife and I were looking to move. We were thinking of selling the house and relocating out there in our later years after the kids got out of school. But things changed when my mom passed, and so we're hanging out here, staying close to Dad and all of that. So, but yeah, somebody out there won it. Well, when you always come down and retire in Alabama. Alabama's a good retirement state. That's what I hear. It is a really good retirement state. Is it too cold? Beach property, by comparison, I'm not saying it's bad. It's not that bad here. I'm more of a Southwest kind of, like Texas. I'd be more likely to go to Texas than Alabama, I think. I think. Gotcha. But anyhow, we have some news to cover, and I mentioned Jason Ward. There's several stories that Jason's covered that people are now beginning to take some credit for. That we'll talk about. But going backwards chronologically here, we have Tales of the Jedi that is an animated anthology. Now this came out from Star Wars, actually in releasing the schedule for Celebration, and we see that Tales of the Jedi we talked about that over a week ago, 2 weeks ago. That there was going to be a panel at Celebration talking about Tales of the Jedi. We thought that was going to be on Friday, but it's now been confirmed to be on Saturday. And there was a lot of speculation. What is Tales of the Jedi going to be? Is it an umbrella for the gaming? Is it animated? Is it live action? What era? We didn't know, but we knew we were going to get some clarification. Well, we've already got one piece of that clarification. It's that it is going to be an animated anthology series, which I think is awesome. I'm super excited. Didn't it say anthologies, animated anthology shorts? Isn't that what it said? Well, there's the problem. So Jason, in his title, he put it's animated anthology. Woo! Super excited. The less exciting part, shorts, animated shorts. So that I'm like, ooh. Now I have questions. I have questions. And the good news is Dave Filoni is going to be in the panel talking about it. Obviously, in his role there, in his history with animation, that's critical. But what's going to be the animation style? Say that one more time. What's the animation style? I'm really curious. I'm hoping that it's in some of the similar styles that we got in Visions, but I don't know. It could, Salty Texas Rangers, Clone Wars 2004. It could be that style. It could be. Oh yeah, it could be Clone Wars, Rebels, Resistance. I like the anime styles though. Visions. Like, I'm really anxious about the animation style. Will they have different studios like they did with Visions creating the content. We don't know. We honestly don't know. And in that they're shorts, will they be in the tone of Visions? Will they be in the tone of oh shoot, what's it? I just forgot the name of it. The animated shorts that are out now. Star Wars.
I mean, this seems to be kind of their thing. I mean, what they did during the whole sequel, you know, they did the what were the ones with Rey and all the women of the Force.
Yeah. Something of the Force.
Forces of Destiny. Yeah.
Forces of Destiny. That's it. Yeah. Will it be Forces of Destiny style?
Yeah.
So there's things to be.
I actually kind of like that animation in Forces of Destiny. I didn't mind that too much at all. I thought it was actually pretty good.
Yeah. But all the hype we've had for this Tales of the Jedi, now I have questions because it's shorts. And being an anthology,
we like long pants.
When I tell you what, when it's down in the 30s, it got into the mid 20s overnight here last night. So good and cold, good and chilly.
Not here in Alabama. I think we were at chilly 49.
Oh, it was good and cold. But the sun's out; it's warming up. But in any event, now I'm super intrigued to find out more. I really want to know. And what eras will it cover? Are these considered canon stories, or is it going to be like from a certain point of view kind of stories, where maybe they are, maybe they're not? They're like legends kind of stuff. I don't know.
So, I'm going to make a prediction right now that Tales of the Jedi is going to bounce around to every era. So we're going to see Old Republic, we're going to see High Republic, we're going to see stuff in the Clone Wars, we're going to see stuff all around. That's my prediction right now.
I agree with you. It's
not going to hold to any one time era.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you on that. I think that's exactly what we're going to get. You may get some stuff from the Old Republic, High Republic, prequel, original, sequel, post-sequel. It could be anywhere. Absolutely anywhere. But will it be canon or non-canon? What style will it be in? What kind of audience are they shooting for? I will be tuned in to find out during Celebration for sure.
I mean, if I were to be a betting person on this, I think they'll do it in a similar style to like I said, Forces of Destiny, and they'll do this across the board with multiple different places. I mean, that would be how it is. The preferable way that they would do it for me is they would do it in Vision style, and then it would be all the different Jedi across the board. That would be my preference.
Yeah. If Filoni's involved, I think it would be canon. But we don't know to what degree he's involved.
I don't know. I mean, I know he's still head of animation, technically.
Well,
he's kind of ahead of everything. So.
Yeah, right.
With him and Favreau kind of taking the helm.
Yeah, he is sort of, hey, fandom empire.
And giving Kathleen Kennedy the ability to kind of govern other things, because there's more than just Star Wars. I think she was just so focused on it because it was do or die kind of with the sequel trilogy.
Fandom Empire, we were chatting about you this morning in DMs behind the scenes. I won't say with who or what we said, but it's great to see you.
That was good.
It was favorable. It was favorable. But it's great to see you here. Great to see you. So I'm just really, really anxious, really curious to see what it is. And when will it be released? Like, is this a 2023 project?
I think it's 2023. I think it'll be the fall 23.
Yeah. I would guess, but it's hard. It's really hard to say. It could be a Visions type thing, and where it's all packaged up together. Visions technically were animated shorts, right? And they all came out on one day last fall. So late summer.
What if Visions 2 rumor is actually Tales of the Jedi?
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking, right? I don't know, right? So many questions, so few answers, right?
Yes. Yeah, this is Lucas marketing at play right here, right? So we don't have any answers, so we get to speculate, and we talk for an hour over the things that and keep people's attention for them.
Exactly.
Where they would have to pay, for a 30-second clip to get you to pay attention. We get to talk about it for an hour.
Exactly.
They get it for free.
Lucasfilm marketing on display right here.
Right here.
There you have it.
So we are Lucasfilm shills because we're doing all the marketing.
Well, people have accused me. I embrace it. Very good. The Kenobi. Again, Jason published this story on the 27th. What is Obi-Wan's reaction to seeing Darth Vader for the first time? Now, anybody who don't want any spoilers, you don't want any Kenobi spoilers, now's the time to mute, go away, whatever. Please like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. That'd be great. But if you don't want spoilers, now's the time to turn away, and I'll turn off the spoiler when we get off of the Kenobi stuff. But
so what's his reaction? Yeah, you got the spoiler warning.
So his reaction,
holy crap, you're still alive.
Pretty much, but it's also a lot of remorse for what has happened. So really, really sorry for for his state of being. So let me I'll open it here because it's says it's, oh my God, what have I done to you? I'm so sorry. That's the general take. There you go.
I just see it. Holy crap, you're still alive. I think you should be dead, all right? Why aren't you dead?
Well, there's that. There's that. I'm so sorry I left you burning in the lava. I should have at least pulled you out. Or put you out of your misery. Oh, I'm really sorry. That's a terrible thing to do to a bro. I'm just like, you were my brother. I loved you. No.
We were good friends.
Suffer and die in the lava. No.
My brother Anakin. That sucks.
Yeah, sucks for you. See ya. I'll take your lightsaber on my way out. Thanks.
Hey, I'm going to give this to your son, by the way.
Exactly. I'm just like, I don't know. But that's so much fun. So that's Kenobi's reaction. There's another story.
This is for saying you hated me.
This is for saying you hated me. There's another story we're going to talk about in a minute. But before we move off of making Star Wars, I do want to mention some time ago, it's been a while ago, that Jason put a story about Leia in the Kenobi show, and Leia is going to have a small droid, a little pocket-sized droid, like a Polly Pocket-sized droid that she takes with her, kind of watches over her, and all of that. And it's supposed to be in the same sort of vein as Dio and smaller droids that have been in the sequels. It's supposed to be entertaining and cute and all of that.
And then maybe BD.
Yeah. So Jason had that story some time ago, but it showed up yesterday, and we'll talk about it in a moment. But I wanted to give credit where credit is due. Jason first leaked that story a good bit ago.
Maybe we learned that R2 can detach his single eye and follow Leia around, something we didn't ever see, and the rest of them were like, "What? He could do that?
Well, you remember,
so helpful."
Remember in book,
we found out he could fly in the prequel.
Don't bring that up. I'm still sore about that. I'm still sore about that.
He can fly.
He can fly now. Holy moly! I'm not over it. Prequels. Oh, what did you do to my droids? In any of it, Star Wars Newsnet released a story that they labeled it as a exclusive. But the reason I brought that up is because Jason had already released this before, but they bring it into some more detail that Jason didn't, or they kind of describe it a little bit differently than Jason originally did, and said that and they've got a picture in here of their idea of what it looks like back from the old batteries not included. They say that it may be a bit of a nod to this. It's kind of a cute little guy like this. This isn't it, by the way. It's just sort of like...
Is this from what the heck is this from?
Batteries not included.
Batteries not included. I remember that. Totally remember that show. That was like, was that late 80s when that came out?
Yes. It's a really good movie, by the way.
It's cute. It's really cute.
Yeah, but this is perhaps what is sort of modeled after. It'll give a bit of a nod to... And I thought that was... I thought this was a nice interpretation of Jason's leak. So that's the way I'll put it. No, Sheev. Yeah. No. You're wrong. You're wrong. Yeah. I'm still bitter about it. So there's some other Kenobi leaks. I want to, before we take the spoiler warning down. Let me let's see, where was it? No, maybe that was the bulk of it. I think I can take the spoiler warning down, just kind of the new stuff. So let me hide this for a moment, and then I'll take the spoiler warning down, and we could kind of change topics a little bit. So if you were watching, the spoiler warnings are down. We're good to go.
And now I'm going to drop a spoiler.
Yeah. Well, Jason Ward is planning making Star Wars Celebration on May the 4th, and he will be dropping more spoilers there for Kenobi. So look out for that coming soon. I did share there are some other stories to discuss, and one of them being this one right here. Jedi Fallen Order. The sequel is rumored to be for next gen only. This made the news yesterday. People were talking about it quite a bit, which means, and Meg covered it this morning on her news updates. I
got that one.
The nice thing about this is they don't have to make they don't have to include, they don't have to worry about it being too much for earlier consoles. Right, and being glitchy and all of that. So they don't have to kind of troubleshoot. It's like when I'm developing code, you want to test against different web servers. Like you want to test against, of course, Google Chrome. You want to test against Firefox. You want to test against Microsoft Edge. Although most people don't care about that. Anyway, you want to test against the modern browsers. You don't really want to go back to somebody who's using a really old browser. And that's sort of the deal here, is they don't want to have to worry about the older consoles. It'll be next gen
Windows 95.
That's exactly right. So they won't have to worry about that. They can kind of boost the graphics acceleration and all of that so that it won't be glitchy. And it should look fantastic. I think that's great news.
I think it will. I mean, of course, the stuff on the new next gen consoles are amazing, so
right.
It doesn't surprise me they're going that way.
And there's that little BD droid that folks are talking about. But the other part here, Tales of the Jedi, we already talked about the anthology shorts. Rogue Squadron. Now, we talked a little bit about Celebration schedule that came out. It keeps getting updated. Rogue Squadron, and there was an industry presentation a couple days ago where they gave previews to lots of movies or trailers for, updates for, and notably absent was this one, Rogue Squadron. And so now there's speculation. We know Patty Jenkins dropped working on Wonder Woman 3, Cleopatra. She dropped Cleopatra to work Rogue Squadron. Supposedly that's still on the slate. It's still on the schedule for December next year. It's just a lot of people don't think that's going to happen, and the evidence keeps piling up to confirm that no, Rogue Squadron ain't happening in 2023. Maybe 2024, but certainly not 2023. There's even some speculation that the whole thing's in trouble and it may get the plug pulled. I don't think that's the case, but that it wasn't featured in the trailers or the footage, in that industry event is just further evidence it's not going to happen next year. So there's that. I think a Magic Maker, I just let you all know, he gave me a heads up. He is simultaneously talking with us and attending a meeting. And he was gonna it said if he mysteriously goes silent, it's because somebody asked him a question he has to answer. So I'm gonna guess that that's what's happening right now, that he got called into, somebody wanted his 2 cents and, do you have any questions, that kind of thing. So we'll let him come back.
Sorry, I fell off there. I'm back.
You're back.
I missed all that conversation.
You're back. That's okay. I explained to them what you told me before. There's another story here that I thought was just good for general speculation, and this is not spoilery. This is just speculation. So the Star Wars Newsnet, they on their Resistance broadcast this morning, I watched the YouTube video. They were asking this theoretical question: will Natalie Portman appear in Kenobi in a flashback or dream? What are the chances of seeing Natalie?
I think we'll get Natalie.
You do?
I think, yes, at least in a quick image, and it'll be probably deleted scenes. Probably we'll get it, but it'll be an appeal to. But this is kind of spoiler stuff. Do you want to talk about spoiler? Spoiler up.
It's speculation.
Okay.
It's speculation.
I mean, supposedly, we're going to get some stuff that's with the interaction between Kenobi and Vader. So, I mean, I think there's an appeal there. So I think so.
I think a name drop, certainly, but an actual appearance of Padme, I don't think so. I agree with Sheev here. No chance. No chance that we get any on-screen appearance of either a cutscene from the prequels, in a flashback, or any new footage where they actually had Natalie come in and shoot anything. I think that's ain't happening. That's just my opinion. So.
No, I mean, I think it'll be something quick. I mean, that's all I think. I mean, if we're going to get it, it'll be something quick that we show back to kind of give us a visual reference. That's all I think.
Perhaps. A salty Texas Ranger. Hopefully we get a flashback to her falling in the sand. There's another story I wanted to talk about, and you and I, we kind of interacted a little bit yesterday on it, is this one here. Charles Soule has been promoted at Lucasfilm. Now, Charles Soule is he's primarily known for a lot of work he's done in the comics. They're big fans of his in comics. I see we've got Trinity, Second Street Marvels in the chat. Charles Soule, this is where most fans really praise his work. But he's also been involved with the High Republic in writing some of the novels, as well as the comics. And we see here Charles Soule's promoted to creative consultant. Now, right, not the same as right. Dave Filoni is the head of creative. Right? He's a creative head at Lucasfilm, so he's a creative consultant. It says he's a writer for multiple Star Wars comics. Key architects of the High Republic, promoted as creative consultant. He confirmed the promotion. It says his confirmation below. Guess it's getting out there. Very excited about this new role. It's been a blast so far and letting me do some really cool stuff in the galaxy far, far away. And it says, TLDR, I'm officially a creative consultant for Lucasfilm, and it's cool. Oh, very good. So, good for Charles Soule. I think a lot of folks are fans of his work.
Good for Charles Soule.
I mean, hey, I'm not a critic of his. Let's put it that way, right? I'm a fan of his. The High Republic novels that I've read that he was authored were okay. They weren't my favorite of the favorite. I think if I were to pick a High Republic author as a favorite, it would be I wanted to pronounce his name wrong. I got to look it up real quick. High Republic.
So not Claudia?
No. Cavan Scott. Cavan Scott. He's been my favorite High Republic author. Now, I do love Claudia Gray's work. I do like Charles Soule's work. But as far as just that story arc, Cavan Scott's has been the best, in my opinion. Just for me. So
I think that Charles he's up and down on his work, and I think that's because he's splitting his mind between a couple of different stories.
Could be.
That's my take on it.
Could be. And I wanted to bring that up because we did have a little chat about that and in Discord. So I thought it was worth bringing up. So
I think whenever your focus is off of another story, or on a different story, and you're trying to write a couple, I think one story suffers as a result, and maybe even both.
Perhaps. Yeah, perhaps. And I don't know what the role of creative consultant entails. Much like we said, Dave Filoni's new role, I don't know exactly what it entails, but it does appear to be a promotion. It does appear to be a position of more importance. So I think he's proven his worth in the Star Wars franchise, in his work, and perhaps in this new role he'll have influence over some of the stories that are getting told. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea what that role entails, or if it just means that he's now, as a creative consultant, he's officially a Lucasfilm employee, or was he always a Lucasfilm employee and now he's got a different title? I don't know.
A consultant doesn't sound like an employee. It sounds like, a freelancer.
Well, that's what
you consult with.
Right. I don't know. I just don't know. So anyways, it's news.
I mean, I guess you're on retainer to some degree. Maybe that's how it is. We've officially we've retained his services permanently, like the contract is, or for the next 5 years to consult with him on these things. So he's retained, his services are retained, kind of like a lawyer.
Right. So, so that's the news of the day. Things I wanted to bring up and discuss. My goodness, I see we've got some. One of the Discord chats I'm in is up to 35 messages that happened since I was here. Nothing of importance. They're having a good fun, bantering back and forth, but nothing to bring up here. Anything else? Any other newsworthy things that are on your mind? Let me just go back.
No, I have a question though. So,
I do have one.
You know how I had told y'all that I had pretty much done the video for Ahsoka, the symbolism of Ahsoka. So the question should be, I'm definitely going to release it in May. So the question is, should I release it on the 4th? Should I release it in the middle, in between the 4th and the Kenobi stuff, or should I release it around the Kenobi time?
I would release it on the 4th because there's less. There's going to be less competing information coming out. So as we get closer to Celebration, Celebration news is going to take over. The chances of Lucasfilm completely dropping the ball on the 4th are high. So I would say you're not competing with as much on the 4th as you would be, say, the 25th, the 27th, any of that time frame.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, we'll find out in the chat as well. There is one other, and maybe I should put the spoiler warning back up just for a second here, for Kenobi. There's a story, and Meg talked about it a little bit. Jason's talked about it a good bit, and it's made its way. Thor Skywalker did a video on it. Some recontextualization of some lines in the original trilogy. A lot of folks have been worried about the line of when last we met, you were about the blah, 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 right? But there are a couple other lines that may have some recontextualization as well. And this came from an interview they did with Deborah Chow. And the one of note is the line with Vader when he says to Luke, Kenobi once thought as you did. Right? And
that's what I was kind of referring to when we were saying, you said this was not spoiler time.
Well, that quote in context was saying that Vader could be redeemed. Right? So Luke is saying, there's good in you. I could feel it. And he says, Kenobi once thought as you did. Right? Like, no, I ain't.
Exactly.
So,
which we all know, if we look at the prequels, he never thought that. So that definitely needed to be recontextualized.
Well, there was a little bit there in Revenge of the Sith when Kenobi first meets Anakin, and they're bantering a little bit before the fight is on. And so there's a little discussion there where he's like, Anakin, don't do this. And then, then it's on. So a lot of folks have...
Then you are lost. Was like pretty much right after the beginning.
Right.
Then you are truly lost.
All right. Right, like that.
Yeah. Everyone once thought as you did.
Right. So the thought here is that when they...
pretty much no.
Yeah.
So yes, that actually does beg that you do need an intermediate. So that is the argument. Say, in order for that line to be true, you need to recontextualize the the one in
Revenge of the Sith,
in New Hope. So right. So that's probably the best counter argument you can have, right? To say, hey, one of these two cannot be true, and in the way that you see it. So so if you want to, if we want to keep it that way, then this one can't be true because clearly everyone did not think the way that Luke thought, and that was all true until you had the prequels.
And I mean, it was true.
This is what a lot of people who didn't like the prequels were pissed off about, because you're like, you know what? You gave us a lot of hints in the OT that you just didn't follow.
Or you just ignored and went directly against, and you just ticked me off. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Revenge of the Sith does that for me. And the whole bit with Padme at the end, it still annoys me. And I understand the retconning that's gone on in people's minds, and some of the stories people have come up to fill that travesty.
Right.
But in any event, the recontextualization and again, this is why this is a spoiler, is that Obi-Wan is going to name drop Padme, and like, she believed in you, I believe in you, you're right. Still there. So she's Chadme now.
Which is why I do think that there will be at least some small flashback of Padme. So now that we've gone into this, in that moment, I think we're going to get some small flashback to that, and that's where I'm at with that. So I'm not saying that that there's going to be like some extensive stuff. I think we're going to flash back to her funeral or something like that. Could be.
So there's another line in there that may be recontextualized as a part of it, and we mentioned it, and it's come up several times. Meg. Oh, that's great. It has to do with when I left you.
Well,
right?
That would be my preference. I think that
Oh, what did she flash us?
she's pretty hot. That she flashes.
So yeah, Salty Texas Ranger's on board for that too. He's like, yeah, I'm good for that. Ratings on that episode would be through the roof.
Yes, it would.
My goodness. Yeah, Natalie Portman, simp alert. No, no. I
If you're
think
going to simp, Natalie Portman's a good one to simp for.
yeah. The when you left, I was about to when I left you, you were burned bacon, right?
Yes, yes.
That's right. That's right. This has been the recontextualization that people have been worried about since we first heard that they were going to duel again, right? And
that's right, which I was upset about, and to some degree still am. But you know, when I last left you, I was about to learn a learner of lots of pain. What pain is really like.
Kiki, I wouldn't even mind that for some reason. I know Meg wouldn't mind. Meg would be like, she's on board for that. Yeah, for sure. My goodness. All right, so we do. Let me take down the spoiler warning again. We do have a Mike Porter dad joke here right at the end of the show, of course. And this one, I had to retweet it today. This one is perfect. This is an awesome dad joke. It's one of my favorite Mike Porter dad jokes of all time. It's fantastic. It mixes the best of all things. It says, what is the Muppets Swedish chef's favorite Star Wars character? You know, the Swedish chef from Muppets. What's his favorite Star Wars character? Blurg to blurg, blurg, blurg. Winner, Mike Porter. That is my favorite ever. I love it. That was great. All right. Well, Magic Maker, thank you once again for spending time. No, not boo. That was awesome. It's a dad joke. It was perfect. Thanks for being here. Hey, by this time next week, the unofficial holiday will have passed. And so I look forward to talking to you next week about all the lack of execution Lucasfilm has again.
Revenge of the 6th, right?
We will. Revenge of the 6th, and we will be able to complain heartily.
So what we'll need to do is come with lots of Tylenol and ibuprofen, right?
No, it's the 5th. No, the 5th is next Thursday. The 5th.
Oh, is that next Thursday?
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I did my math wrong.
Yeah, I'll have to go get my sombrero.
We'll have to come with our drinks so that we can celebrate, or we can recover on the 6th.
There you go. There you go. All right. Thank you all for being here. I've had a great time today and being able to talk with you all. Please go check out the Fanfilm. At least give it a watch. And we do like to support them. I know it's been around for some time. Meg, thank you for pointing that out to us as well. And I think that's going to close it out for us. A Magic Maker, last words.
Yep. Thank you all for getting us to 500, and we'll hope you'll check us out. And may the force be with you.
And Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye-bye. Hot dang!
Talking through the news from a galaxy far away. Toys and book reviews, positivity all the way. Come and join the fun, subscribe and like away. Movie news and show reviews, it's like Christmas every day. Oh, Star Wars Santa, the Star Wars Santa show. Oh, what fun it is to chat on the Star Wars Santa show. Oh, Star Wars Santa, the Star Wars Santa show. Oh, what fun it is to chat on the Star Wars Santa show. Ho, 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 ho. Hot dang, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat tonight on the Star Wars Santa show.